This is exactly what the Most High is going to do with his elect, with the nation of Israel in general. Because the nation of Israel will be a nation of superhumans on the planet Earth. And this is what's coming.
Verse 23. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself even as he is pure.
This is exactly what the Most High is going to do with his elect, with the nation of Israel in general. Because the nation of Israel will be a nation of superhumans on the planet Earth. And this is what's coming. This is exactly what the Most High is going
to All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into today is dealing with Babylon the Great. Okay, and the fallout, and kind of go through some things, go into a time, 1944, when you had the Bretton Woods Agreement, all right, where the American dollar became the world reserve currency. Okay, from that point on, Babylon, all right, aka America, became, the superpower of the earth. It became mighty, militarily and economically, and began to dominate the earth. Okay, as we get into these things in the Bible, okay, it tells us of, this empire, it tells us of this beast system, because this beast system consists of America, NATO, and EU, all right, with America being the whore that rideth the beast, okay? So if we understand that America, being the whore that rideth the beast, America has been in the power seat, okay, for quite some time, for decades. So we're going to go into these things because where we're at, when you read 1 Peter 4:1, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Okay? So we're at the end of all things. And the all things that we're in, those are the main two things, is the rulership of these heathens, all right, which Esau, Edom will be the last to rule, and the captivity of Israel. Okay, which is going to have the next rulership, which is going to be a forever rulership. Okay, and the Bible, goes into different empires that will come, that will rise, and that will fall. Okay, and it always ends up with Israel being that last empire that's going to stand forever. All right, Daniel the 2nd chapter, Daniel the 7th chapter. Okay, Revelation 11, 14, and 15. It all ends with Israel ruling forever. Okay, so as we go into prophecy and we see where we at real time, okay, we're at the very end of the heathen rulership under Esau, Edom. Okay, so we're at the end of all things, and the end of their rulership is the beginning of our rulership and the end of our captivity. Okay, so let's go here to the book of book of Psalms. Okay, let's get this book of Psalms, the 73rd, 75th, Psalm 75. All right, so you get the book of Psalm chapter 75. Okay, which even this ends in Jacob ruling, Israel ruling. Psalm 75 and 4. It said, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift up not thy horn. And this is addressing Esau Edom. Okay? Because the scripture say a fool said in his heart, there is no power. Okay, and the way this devil moves, as if there's no power outside of him. Okay? So what we seeing these devils trying to attempt, all right, and pull off this NWO is them being the supreme powers in existence. Okay? And then it said to the wicked, which we know who is the wicked, Esau Edom. Okay? So this is addressing Esau, the wicked fool. Okay? It said, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. Okay? And go into prophecy as we've been going into, which America is referred to as a little horn. You go into Daniel the 7th chapter. Okay? And the horn represents a power structure. Okay? And this little horn has been highly exalted in the earth, man. Okay? The power that America has been given over these other nations comes from on high. Okay? And Esau has exalted himself because of the position, the status that he's been given in the earth. So we've seen this man is highly exalted. It said, lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is judge. He putteth down one and set up another. So the Most High is judge. The promotion doesn't come from within the realm of men. It has to be ordained from on high. Okay, before a nation can come into power, before a king can come into power, it has to be ordained from on high. Okay? So a promotion in the earth doesn't come from within the earth. It comes from on high. It plays out in the earth. Okay? And this is what we're seeing all the time. And we're coming to a time where the one that's going to be set down is Esau. And the one that's going to be put up is going to be Israel, Jacob. Okay? And this is where we're at. So I want to get this and we'll revisit them. Okay? I want to get this here. So this is just a quick, video. Look for minutes and some change. Dealing with the Bretton Woods system. How it was set up. How America, was able to finesse the world. Okay? And become the world reserve currency. And not only the world reserve currency, but having the currency that's backed by nothing at this moment. Okay? You have the petrodollar. So it's backed up by Saudi Arabia oil and the military. Okay, but it is not a direct coalition. The dollars that are printed, okay, they're not directly linked to anything. Okay, it's called fiat currency. You see, so let's let this play, and then we'll get a few more things going into the fallout. Okay, so let's play this.
System for organizing monetary processes in which the exchange rate of all world currencies was fixed in relation to the US dollar, and the dollar itself was equated to gold. Operated from 1944 to 1971. During the Bretton Woods system, world currencies could not simply be exchanged one for another. First, each of them had to be converted into US dollars. Therefore, a French tourist in Italy first of all had to exchange francs for dollars, then exchange these dollars for liras and pay with them in stores. The same principle operated in international settlements. The dollar was the main reference point for all exchange rates for the countries that participated in this system. Its value remained fixed at $35 per 1 troy ounce of gold. If desired, one could demand to exchange dollars for a gold equivalent. The forerunner of the Bretton Woods system was the Genoa system, in which international exchange rates depended on the value of gold and exchange rates equal to gold. But after the start of the Great Depression, it showed its failure. In 1944, the Allies in the fight against Nazi Germany gathered in the American city of Bretton Woods to establish the rules for organizing post-war world economic relations. Initially, the status of reserve currencies backed by a gold reserve was given to two, the dollar and the pound sterling, but the latter was used rarely and for a short time. Gradually, the dollar completely replaced both the pound sterling and gold from circulation, becoming the main reserve tool. The Soviet Union participated in the conference, but did not ratify the Bretton Woods system, so it made payments for international purchases using gold. Over time, the U.S. faced a big problem. To ensure the global circulation of money, the states had to constantly print new banknotes. Because of this, the real value of the dollar fell and the value of the gold that backed the dollar became undervalued. But the United States could not stop and print new money, since the dollar remained the main currency for exchange. In 1965, French President Charles de Gaulle took advantage of the situation and demanded that $1.5 billion be exchanged for gold at a fixed rate. The U.S. had to give the French 3,000 tons of gold. Germany and Japan later exploited this loophole. And if in 1949 the United States owned about 70% of all world gold reserves, 22,000 tons, then by 1970 the reserves were reduced to 8,000 tons. The problem was exacerbated by the Vietnam War and the cost of it. In 1971, President Robert Nixon announced that he was ending the exchange of dollars for gold, and soon the Bretton Woods system was completely abolished.
So what you had, America, they had over 22,000, which was 70% of the world's gold, in their holdings, And as these nations began to exchange those dollars, to get gold, well, America knew that it had printed more dollars, than gold. So if everyone, it's like similar to what a bank run is. Everyone that had a account at the bank, what they call a bank run, went to the bank to try to get their money out. Well, that bank doesn't have all their money for those accounts. It's just numbers on the computer, but the physical money isn't there. That's what you call fractional, banking. To where they just have a fraction, of the money, that they claim to have on hand. And these nations pretty much started doing a gold run on America, where they was exchanging, their dollars for gold. And America knew that they had printed more dollars. So Nixon, started, he ended the convertibility in 1971 of dollars, into gold. So now you couldn't trade dollars for gold at that rate. I think it was like $35 an ounce, at the time. Which now, it's almost 1,000 times that much. Gold right at 3,000, 2,800, an ounce. Because of the money has been devalued, because it's not backed by anything, and the more you print it, the less valuable it gets. But America has been able to use this system of the dollar to become mighty, militarily, and mighty economically. That's why they've been able to weaponize the dollar throughout the earth, and they've shot way past all these EU nations, man, because everyone pegged their money, to the dollar. So the strength of the dollar, represents the strength of the global economy. That's why when the dollar crash, everything is going to crash. It's not just going to be the dollar crash and everything's up and functioning. No, everything's going to crash. So America, from the Bretton Woods Agreement, was able to print money at will. And that's why America was able to have these crazy military budgets, to invest. That's why America has so much money to give away, even with this U.S. aid, which is all a fraud. Because America's pushed their money in circulation, and a lot of that money comes right back. You see? So money, America needs to put that money somewhere. They need to spend their money, so they'll print money, but then they'll give it to aid for this country, but then they'll push an agenda in that country as well. Or they'll push their doctrines, all right, or they'll get this military to be an ally for them, you know, for their foreign policy interests. Okay, so they was able to just give away money, but get actual things. Okay, so nothing that this man does is upright. You know, this whole big cry out about U.S. aid. Well, a lot of that aid was just buying people off. Okay, for political purposes. Okay, that's why you say certain countries that didn't want to comply, they just stopped the aid. Okay, but the end all be all, these devils, you know, have America has been able to benefit off a system to where they can trade worthless money, all right, for actual goods and services, man. Okay, actual resources. You see, and this has made them Babylon the Great. Okay, which we're gonna go into that, but let's let this play, and we'll go into that aspect of it.
Its place was taken by the Jamaican system, which is still in force today. The paradox faced by the United States under the Bretton Woods system was called the Triffin Dilemma, after the economist Robert Triffin, who noticed this pattern in 1960. It states that it is impossible to simultaneously fix the national currency to gold and make this currency the main vehicle for international trade without negative consequences for the economy. Because the state will face a dilemma for a truly strong currency, it is necessary that the money supply does not exceed the gold reserve, and to meet world needs, it is necessary that the money supply be as large as possible. As a result, the growing needs of the world market will sooner or later lead to the inability to provide gold for all issued currency.
Can simple steps help your financial
All right, so that gold standard, you know, when you're attached to that gold standard, you know, you have to be honest, you know, and you can only operate based on how much gold you got. Okay, and for all the shit that Esau want to do, there's not enough gold in the world, you know, where he can represent the currency for all the things that he spends these trillions and trillions of dollars on. Okay, so he just created a system of wealth, okay, out of paper, man. You know, when you really get into it, okay, that's the craftiness of Esau Edom, all right, and this is how, you know, eventually he will become, okay, what you read in Revelation 17, okay, Revelation 17:4, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Okay, so this woman, all right, arrayed in purple represents America. Okay, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, which goes into royalty, you know, because America had that royal status in the earth, you know, based off the economic situation that the elites put the America in, because the elites orchestrated, you know, the American dollar, the fiat currency, because it's all a scam, you know, and America was the nation used, okay, to scam the earth, man, to put these countries in debt, okay, to weaponize the economy to where, you know, sanctions will cripple your economy, you know, because of how the dollar system works, okay, the international markets, how all these things work, okay, and that's why America enjoys, you know, this certain status in the world. The whole world can be suffering, but America would always enjoy a particular status, man. A lot of nations have went through economic crisis and, you know, collapse and hyperinflation, while America been chilling, you know, they with their royal convenience, man. Okay, and it says, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, man. Okay, which is that lewd philosophy, that lewd culture, that anti-Messiah culture that America exports throughout the earth. Okay, because the number one export of America is this culture, man. Okay, which has poisoned the earth. All right. Verse 5, it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay, so you go into Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay, we're gonna get this word great, which is in the Greek, Megas.
Strong's G 3173. Megas.
All right, well you get term mega. Now I want to jump here. When you go to definition D, it says use of intensity of its degrees with great effort or the affections and emotions of the mind. Okay, so we know that the effect that ancient Babylon on the world, that the influence that ancient Babylon had on the world, okay, which you go into a lot of the deities, okay, of the Mesopotamian region, you know, came from ancient Babylon. All right, certain pagan customs and religions. A lot of those came from ancient Babylon. You know, during time Nimrod, Tammuz, and Semiramis. Okay, that's why you can even, matter of fact, let's get this here in the book of Ezekiel. You know, and this is many generations after ancient Babylon. You know, maybe even like 2,500 years, maybe. You know, close to 3,000 years after the fall of ancient Babylon. Okay, just to show the influence that empire had. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8. Okay, and I want to get to the point. All right, Ezekiel 8:13 said, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations, all right, that they do. You know, and this was the Lord exposing Israel. And this is what we seeing today, you know, which that's another topic. We're going to get on that today too, a little later on. Okay. But there's another topic too, Israel being exposed, okay, for what they really into, their true intents. You know, everything is coming out. It says, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations, all right, that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there were women, all right, women weeping for Tammuz. Okay, and this is what you see now with his outcry, you know, for this Al-Azhar guy. You know, this man has become an idol, and then that's what the Lord is exposing. This nigga has become an idol to Israel, and now these niggas weeping for Tammuz, man. All right, but that goes back to a Babylonian, all right, deity. Okay, show you the influence that ancient Babylon had. Okay, it says Tammuz, sprout of life. Okay, a Sumerian deity of food and vegetation, man. Okay, leading back to ancient Babylon. Let's see what it gives us. All right, it says the Sumerian were an ancient civilization that lived in Mesopotamia, which is southern Iraq. Okay, which is ancient Babylon. They were known for their innovations in writing, farming, and weaving. Okay, so you see that Tammuz, all right, Jake was into this thousands of years after ancient Babylon, showing you the effect and impact that ancient Babylon had. Okay, but you go here to Babylon the Great, okay, under Esau would even have more influence, okay, than ancient Babylon. This is not just Babylon revived. This is Babylon the Great. Okay, he will have farther reach and a deeper influence, man. Okay, that would affect the people in the earth on a whole nother level. Okay, so you go here to Mystery Babylon the Great. You go to the word Megas, and it says use of intensity of its degrees with great effort of the affections and emotions of the mind of natural events powerfully affecting the sense, violent, okay, mighty, strong. Violent, mighty, and strong. Okay? Has this place become violent, mighty, and strong on a whole nother level than Babylon, ancient Babylon? Okay? America, hey, this Babylon the Great will run through ancient Babylon. Okay, you read in the book of Judah, if you read those first 3 chapters, it spoke about how Babylon was having his way with the nations, man. Okay, it was a bully. Okay, well, they wouldn't stand a chance to Babylon the Great. Okay, under Esau. All right, and as you keep reading, it said, predicated of rank, all right, as belonging to, which America has their top rank in the earth, is dwindling, and these nations are, coming up on the level to deal with Babylon. The Lord has, the wheat becoming strong. Okay, but for a long time, America has enjoyed preeminence, man. Okay, and this goes into it. Persons eminent for ability, virtue, authority, or power, things esteemed highly for their importance, of great moment, of great weight, importance. Okay, a thing to be highly esteemed for its excellence is excellence, man. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. America has been able to have this grandeur and this preeminent rank in the earth. Okay, even above other Edomite nations. But there was going to come a time where the Lord was going to start to dismantle this American empire, man. Okay, and it says of great things of the Most High's, all right, preeminent blessings. So it's the Most High that made America preeminent. Okay, allowed this, the money system, the military, the culture, to have this influence in the earth, man. All right, now before we go there, I want to get these 2 videos. One done by the beloved brother Elder Ariala, his last algorithm. So, we know that America, all right, under Trump, it moves in a completely different way, because of the pride of these devils, man. And ultimately, they use Trump to really forward their globalist agenda while having people thinking Trump is a nationalist, but what he's doing is forwarding global policy. Okay, now on the surface, it's American first, all right, but the end game on the back end is global. Is global policy that Trump is establishing, man. Okay, and what we're seeing with Trump, he really showed the dominance that America has, when it comes to political, economical, and militarily. Other presidents be chilling. They flex, and America's always doing wickedness and bullying. But under Trump, these things are magnified on a whole nother wave. He really show you, all right, that there's a difference between America and everyone else. Okay, but that difference ain't what it used to be, and that's what they're gonna find out the hard way. That's why Zelensky kept telling this nigga, y'all gonna have problems soon too. Letting you know that there's already talks. Okay, wonder who he's been talking to. All right, but let's play this. I got 2 clips I want to get into and to show you, all right, that America's dominance is now, going to be dismantled. Like they've gotten extremely proud because of the dominance that they've been able to enjoy, for all these years, man, for all these decades, man. Okay, so let's play this.
I'm gonna play this because this dude Zelensky, basically, this is the second time I've heard him kind of insinuate something's gonna happen to America one day. You're gonna know how we feel. This is the second time I've heard him say that in front of everybody. It's just like something gonna happen to America, and then y'all gonna know how we feel. So it's not. So it's very interesting. Let me play this.
To send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying, God forbid, because it's a horrible thing.
I refuse to bend the knee to their next endless war in Ukraine. I want peace. They want money and they want conflict. Even if it means walking us into the brink of World War III, which frankly it is doing, and it's doing it rapidly.
Moly, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there. Donald Trump is sending a warning to the European countries, 30 of them, including Canada, that he is about to step away if they continue to fund this war and get in the way of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, Zelensky went overseas. He also went to Canada. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you videos of the European countries and also Canada backing up and basically saying some crazy things about the United States of America and how they are willing to put boots on the ground. So let me ask you guys this, because Donald Trump doesn't want to put boots on the ground. Do you support the United States of America getting out of NATO? That would be huge. But it looks like that's what Trump wants to do, because these people are leading us and they're gambling with World War III. If you don't believe me about the boots on the ground thing that I just mentioned about UK and its prime minister, take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the prime minister proposes a new plan for Ukraine, wants Europe to up their economy spending, and says the UK are prepared to back this with boots on the ground.
Yeah, so Trump is basically saying if the EU, continues to fund Zelensky, that America assets, and support, all right, and military aid, all right, economic aid is going to be removed. Okay, so pretty much y'all gonna have to deal with the bear by yourself, man. Okay, pretty much leaving them for dead, because without America, aid, without America military, the EU is a paper tiger, and can't do nothing against, Russia, Ukraine, all those EU nations, they can do nothing with Russia without the backing of America, and even with America, and you put Russia and their allies, it's a party, so now Trump, has been said to stop aid to Ukraine. So now you have these UK nations talking about what they're going to do, which they don't have the ability to do anything. All right, the UK, all right, the EU, all right, all this a joke economically and militarily, and they came up off, this beast system, which America is running the point. So without America running the point, the EU is a shit show. It's laughable. So you got Trump making this move, which we know, he makes a lot of unilateral moves that leaves a lot of people fucked, on geopolitical, on foreign affairs. He makes decisions that leave people assed out, and he come with that proud, look, which eventually is going to lead to America being the desert. And this could be the devil, to be on the forefront, the elites are using to turn America to a desert, man.
And planes in the air. What is happening? And maybe this is one of the reasons why Trump is very strong on leaving NATO. Take a look.
Right. First, we will keep the military aid flowing and keep increasing the economic pressure on Russia to strengthen Ukraine now. Second, we agreed that any lasting peace must ensure Ukraine's sovereignty and security, and Ukraine must be at the table. Third, in the event of a peace deal, we will keep boosting Ukraine's own defensive capabilities to deter any future invasion. Fourth, we will go further to develop a coalition of the willing to defend a deal in Ukraine and to guarantee the peace. Not every nation will feel able to contribute, but that can't mean that we sit back. Instead, those willing will intensify planning now with real urgency. The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air, together with others. Europe must do the heavy lifting. But to support peace in our continent and to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing. We're working with the US on this point. After my meeting,
They are trying to involve Trump in this. This guy has not mentioned peace one time. He's mentioned a continuation of war.
So, and then we have to remember that it was the U.S. and NATO that started this shit. Okay? It was the U.S. and NATO, because NATO and Europe, these European nations are scared shitless of Russia. Okay, as Russia has been increasing its military. Russia has the most advanced missile system, okay, in the world. Okay, Russia has been projecting itself throughout the world, making these deals, you know, in Africa, South America, you know, China and Russia. And that's one thing they fear, that China and Russia alliance, okay, along with the Russian-Iran alliance, okay. So their thing was to try to weaken Russia with Ukraine. They use Ukraine, okay, as a crash out, okay. And then America, seeing it's not going like they thought, so it's like, let's stop investing in this crash out, okay. But the EU's like, nah, we can't let up. You know, we let up. You know, we did do a peace deal, and you know, we let up. Then Russia was stopping them from invading Poland next. Was stopping them from invading Germany. You know, because their thing is, you know, that old USSR spirit, you know, which the Lord say he will put hooks in the jaws of Russia, okay, which that goes into taming, you know, a wild beast or controlling the wild beast. Okay, I say that. And it's pulling Russia forth towards the EU. So the EU is like, nah, we can't stop this war. Okay, we got to keep these niggas at bay. All right, hey, we got to keep throwing, you know, money and scraping up troops, manpower from somewhere to keep this thing going. Okay, but America like, nah, we good. You know, we going to focus on this AI shit. You know, get our AI right. You know, if y'all want to continue, then we don't expect no help from us. Okay? And he talking about Europe doing the heavy lifting. Europe can't do no heavy lifting. Okay? With what? Okay? The military is a joke. The economy is based on America's economy, which American sanctions on Russia is hurting Europe. Okay? And strengthening Russia. So, you know, nothing looking good for the EU, man. Okay, and eventually they're going to hate the whore and make her desolate with fire along with all these nations, man. Okay, because these nations come to the conclusion that the whore is bad for everyone. Okay, so let's go here. I got another video, then we get some precepts. This the guy meant
President Trump, Vice.
So he's just going to go into, you know, showing further how the, let me get this precept from the brother. Okay. This is, the brother, GMS Hopeful Elect, the brother Yahweh, Isaiah 33:1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealeth treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Okay, and America has just been this treacherous, you know, asshole, whole ass niggas, okay, in the earth. All right, because the fact that America, you know, wants Ukraine to beg them for just to aid them in the war that they started, it's like, goddamn, you know, and that's why Zelensky is saying, you know, nigga, it's gonna affect you soon. Okay, don't you worry, all right? Because he said, y'all got this big ocean, you know? Y'all go start this shit and run back across this ocean. But nah, they going to send something over this ocean, all right, for America, man. Okay? Yep. It says, yeah, this is the brother Hopeful Leg 3, Isaiah 47:1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay? Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, and make bare the leg, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers. So now we're seeing that demotion. You know, we've seen America be promoted in the earth. Now we're going to see America demoted in the earth. Come down to the ground. There's no throne. There's no power. seat for America anymore. All right, none of these heathens. Okay, but the biggest fall is going to be of America, man. Okay, verse 3 says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Okay, because Yahweh Shai is going to show up in the midst, all right, of America being judged, and judge all these nations, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's play this. This is the guy. I forgot my guy name. But he's an ex-U.S. Ranger. His name slipped me now. But he's pretty much a whistleblower. Okay, on what we call American enterprise. All right, American empire. Okay, throughout the earth, and the wickedness it does throughout the earth. So he's going to address, the the situation of the EU. Okay, of how powerless it is without America.
President Vance and President Zelensky, with questions now being asked about whether an economic deal is still on the table.
All President Zelensky had to do was come in and sign this economic agreement, and again, show no daylight between Ukrainian people and the American people, and he chose to blow that up.
So the deal is no longer on the table, just to be abundantly clear.
Not at present.
All right, for more on this, let's bring in.
So we're kind of saying yes, how do I frame this? Okay, so what we've said multiple times over the past year that we've had this show is that Netanyahu is the one who can end the Israeli project. Not because he wants to, just because it's so brash and reckless and heedless, and he only does what's in the best interest of him and his buddies. And Trump's like that. If one person can quickly dismantle the American empire, it's Trump. We were just literally alienating our vassal states in Europe. And I talked about this yesterday on my own podcast, Colonial Outcast, that what the United States generally needs Europe for is not military power. What we need them for is legitimacy. We need them for coalition task force. So what do we need with 3,000 Brits in Afghanistan and a few thousand Frenchmen and a couple companies of Czech soldiers? Nothing, but they give us legitimacy. Trump has just ripped the mask off and said, we don't need anyone else. Might makes right, peace through strength, and we're going to do what we're going to do. However, we no longer have the staying power of the 80s or the 90s. And the global order, the unipolar order that we all grew up with, is fracturing in real time faster than I thought it would. So to that end, we touched on Ukraine. Sorry, the interview.
So, yeah, he just, doubling down on what we've been saying. All right. The EU, all right, has no military legitimacy. All right. They're not formidable to do anything against Russia. Okay. And without American bagging, okay, Russia, okay, is going to have his way. Okay. So it's interesting to see, how these next days, months, pass by and what unfolds, but we'll be on watch. We'll see. Okay. Now, let's go here, because he also said that America, because Trump pretty much just let them know what it really is. Like, look, nigga, this, you nothing without us. Okay, we're going to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. Y'all figure that shit out over there, So, but what he also said is that America doesn't have the power that it had in the 80s and 90s. Okay, and the scriptures say that, this is on Jeremiah 49:10. So I can jump on down some more. Okay, man, if I read 13, can't skip 13. Jeremiah 49:13, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Okay, so the Lord has sworn by himself he's going to destroy America. Okay, and what we're seeing is the build up to that. Okay, we're seeing the events that's going to lead to Jeremiah 49:13, America being a perpetual waste, a perpetual deserts. Okay, verse 14, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Okay? And this is where we at now. I will make thee small. Because remember, America was what? Babylon the Great. Megas. Great. You see? Important. You see? But now, what we're seeing, the Hebrew word kortan, which goes into small, insignificant, unimportant. Okay? And this is what's happening on a global scale as these nations are becoming more powerful. Okay, as they're starting to operate outside their dollar, they're starting to make these military and economic alliances amongst each other. A lot of them getting under the banner of Russia, which the scriptures say that. And Russia will be a guard unto them. Now, okay, there's a coalition of nations, an assembly of great nations, as the scriptures say, that's getting ready to gearing up against the beast. Okay? And America is throwing its weight around as if, it has that same sway from its prime when it doesn't. Okay? It's still that nigga to a degree. Okay? But it's not what it used to be, and it doesn't have the advantages that they once had. Okay? This war going to be different. Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thyself thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, said the Lord. So these devils, as the Lord say, he allowed them to build, but he's going to throw down. Okay? And it says, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. So what Americans the way America has been able to dominate these nations has puffed them up with pride. And when you're prideful, you get blind. You forget that you don't see how unimportant you're becoming. You don't see how less of a factor you're becoming. You don't see how the game don't revolve around you anymore. Okay? And the devil's going to go out there with that pump, and he's going to be brought to the ground, man. Okay? he's going to be shamed. And we know no one can shame like Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay? So, yeah, let's get this. I want to go revisit that in Psalms, and we'll close out. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 75, and verse 6. It said, for promotion coming neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He put down one and set up another. And we're watching America being put down for in the hand, and we're seeing Israel being set up, the hopeful elect, the serious minded. Okay, and the Lord is exposing that most of these clowns that with fringes on and with the red cups on Instagram with the turbans and fitted, these niggas ain't built for what's to come. Like these niggas were raised up to be put down. Okay, it says, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and shall drink them, because the Lord, all right, is able to give this cup of captivity and destruction to whom he wants. Okay? That demotion, you see? But now that cup is being passed to the wicked. They're going to get the worst destruction ever. They finna get the worst captivity, the worst impoverishment, which is a cup we had to drink. But they're going to get the dregs of it, which is the worst part. Okay? But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the power of Jacob. All the horns, the power structures of the wicked also will I cut off. But the horns of the righteous shall be exalted, man. Okay? Which is the power, the kingdom, all right, of Yahushua, all right? Which is going to be given to Israel, man. Okay? Yahushua's people. So that's the point. So Lord will you brothers and you sisters edify to the next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala. Abba.